So when Ryan gave all the builders a challenge to build something of their own, something creative, something that you would be really proud to present, I kind of was a little bit self-interested and decided to build something that I would have loved to have built as a kid. Like, it's not very often that you get this many Lego bricks to work with. So I was like, I'm just going to build a giant Lego Star Wars space station base, the type of thing that you would really build when you're a kid, and I just stepped it up a little. I had this idea to build these giant blue mountains coming up out of the ground and then turning it into a prison, and it kind of really started to form itself from there. And I was like, oh, how would a landing platform be made on this planet? And because it's a stormtrooper run base, I was like, it's going to be made out of TIE fighter wings, because those are materials that they just had lying around that were damaged and stuff like that. And the idea really came into its own. The hardest part of this build was really fleshing out these big cylindrical blue mountains, because when you're working with circles and Lego bricks, it can be very difficult. So it was really hard to figure out how to make it look organic when it's starting to come in, and how to fit in the hanger and just make the whole thing look natural. So one of the other toughest parts of this build was adding in these lights. I knew from the start that I really wanted these prisons to be lit up, and that kind of added a real challenge for this build. When it came to putting in the lights and making sure you've got inserts so you can take batteries in and out and little stuff like that, it just challenges you to go that extra mile. And I think the light in the prison and the explosion really brings the whole build together. With a build of this size, when you're building lots and lots of brick layers, it can get really tedious after a while. So one of the most rewarding parts of this build was, once I'd done all these big ginormous bits, was to come back and do little details. Like, there's a little speeder bike in here which I had so much fun building, and I've got the seagull of inspiration down here which Hamish gave me and Miller in one of the challenges on Lego Masters. The explosion around the back here, I sculpted it for a little bit, and it's kind of an homage to one of the builds me and Miller did on the show where we had an explosion in our final build. I love this little minifig that a kid at Brickvention gave me. Connor, you're a legend, and it just looks awesome. Totally fits in with the Mandalorian theme. And speaking of Mandalorians, these Mandos are saving one of their friends, which is actually one of my friends from the workshop. Tullet is an amazing builder, and he helped me out on a couple little details, and he was like, bro, you should really put me in the build somewhere. So I kind of was like, you know what, I'll make him the main character that's getting saved, because it's just a nice little homage to my friend. One of the things I found with this build was the importance of building something that you love and that you're going to get excited about. I'm a massive Star Wars nerd, so when it came to fleshing out all the details like TIE fighter wings, giant closing hangar doors, and little speeder bikes in there, it was so natural to me. The whole build just kind of flowed. And when you love what you do, you can go so much further. So I just urge everyone to challenge themselves with their builds and have a great time. I hope you guys enjoyed learning a little bit more about my build. I literally poured my blood, sweat and tears into this. Next week there's going to be 100% less crud nuggets and 100% more Darren's airship, so tune in then. So one of these details... Holy crud nuggets. Oh, no, that's fine. It's fine. We can just fix it. It's fine.